Welcome to the ME channel, Metaphysical Entities. I'm your host, Greg Smith. Thank you for being here today as we delve through the fundamental principles of life and personal experiences. Our mantra is life is a mystery to unravel, but never a problem to solve. As we realize, there is always a resolution because problems are forever invented. Again, thank you for being here. I'm going to jump right into today's topic. Today's topic is friendships and relationships. Okay. Many women and men structure friendships and relationships around reality or what they really want in life. And they learn lessons throughout their encounters through their lifespan from a human experience. And what I'm going to detail is 12 reasons and how it's structured, what I learned from human experience about friendships and relationships. That reality has just taught me beyond realization of being conscious to them, but some to you also. Because sometimes we all are not conscious of certain things in certain aspects of relationships. So here's my 12. Number 1, for relationships and friendships. First, courage can be silent because love and aspiration and admiration is not always accepted, whereas inner thought perceives the external consciousness. 2, words are no match for unwavering actions. As like in a honeymoon stage, when you get infatuated with the person, you're in a honeymoon stage, and yet afterwards everything else is a disaster. How many times have you gotten into a relationship or friendship and everything was going fine in the beginning because it was an infatuation or it's a new attachment, and then it turns into a disaster? Third, true protection sometimes requires distance. This is where we find out our personal attachment, whereas we were not ready for, but we tried to achieve. Sometimes relationships need distance for you to really understand and sit back and understand what's actually going on. Fourth, we try to balance that without believing it, because sometimes balance requires a sacrifice we're not equipped to handle as of yet. Because when we're in the honeymoon stages and then we give distance, then we try to balance it and we try to handle it when we really not equipped for it. Neither is the other person. Fifth, we realize structure means nothing without the heart, because reciprocation doesn't and have not shown the same love, desire, or affection that we show. I'm quite sure many of us have been in a relationship where it wasn't reciprocated. It felt like you was putting in all the love and effort and everything into the relationship and the other party wouldn't. 6, passion without boundaries becomes suffering to one party or another because of the desires or mental proudness. Like I just said, it takes sacrifice. We got to have sacrifice. So, but one party is sacrificing and the other is not. So, 7, throughout all that's have been done, strength without humility is fragile, because the ultimate task of 8 proves that rebellion without root falls to the wind because of non-acceptance of what's official and authentic. So it's like 7 and 8 went along with each other because you have to have humility and strength. It's fragile, but the other party or you may rebel because rebellion without root falls to the wind. So that go then we go to 9. 9 reveals vengeance without clarity is poison, whereas direction has not been met. Because how many times have you? It's like a push pull, and is when a relationship is not going the way you want to. So it's almost like you trying to force it and they trying to force it. It's like an immovable object against an irresistible force, and it's just not working. So then we got 10. Freedom is born and formed grounded choices from understanding universal choices and going through the previous 9 revelations. So you get the 10, you start understanding that your freedom means a lot. So now you form grounded choices, understanding your universal pool through your choices because you went through the other 9. 11 requires endurance of the soul, which 90% of society will never see because of the modern welfare, how it is. A lot of people, they don't have their endurance, or some of them have too much endurance. Like you overstayed your welcome, or you want to endure this because you like it or not. But in today's society, most people don't want to endure. Maybe they got something good, and some people is not. Some people will endure, and some people will not, whether it's good or bad. So it could go either way on that one. So 12 is the completion to be self-realized. Because once you self-realize, you understand your friendships and your relationships and how you encounter in them. Because you're structured it around your internal good. All relationships and friendships are not driven from an internal good space within one's heart. Because of greed, sexual desires, or whatever someone want to put a friendship or a relationship upon, some type of need or some type of want. So if you go back and listen to all 12, you'll realize we took a trip around the whole sun. The 12 months it is in a year, the 12 different characteristics it is through the 12 zodiacs. Because everybody has a different characteristic. But it's divided into those 12 months. Because everybody have a birthday within one of those 12 months. And this is a cycle that continues to evolve and evolve throughout each one of our lifetimes. We're going to encounter somebody with the same characteristic, but on a higher or lower frequency. They share it. How many times have you been in a friendship or a relationship? You thought it was different, but it actually wound up being the same, but on a different level. Those are the levels of frequency. It's like one person was on 102.9 and the other person was on 103.6. So in that manner of friendships and relationships, people think they have more time than they do and have everything under control in this uncontrollable universe. How can they know the difference between a karmic friendship or relationship and what they think is real in a friendship or relationship where they continually going through the same thing over and over again in this so-called friendship or relationship without growth and understanding while they still suffering from pain and agony. How can they distinguish without going through that what a good friendship or relationship means to them? I can give you an example of how it can be, because the heart doesn't accept this behavior while the mind believes it's intuitive to accept everything will be okay and fine. How many times you like, okay, this relationship that I'm in, I'm going to get through it. It's going to be okay. But your heart is study suffering from pain and agony. The heart don't work like that. The heart know what pain is. Because true friendship and relationship is a combination that represents the heart, mind, the soul, and intuitive energy to accurately determine without wavering due to your emotional status. It's not going to waver due to your emotional status, because the heart, the mind, the soul, and all that, it know what's right and what's wrong. It ain't going to send you through an emotional turmoil. The heart and the mind and the soul, when it's combined together with the intuition, it doesn't send you through turmoil like that. It doesn't work. But in today's society, deception has been mastered beyond the scope, inversions, and declarations to not honor peace than ways of persuasion. You know, when you tell or you can feel somebody trying to persuade you or manipulate you or whatever, some people may go into an aggressive mode, and some people might go into a passive mode. But the end result is going to be what it's going to be. And I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. Because the heart knows. The intuition knows. The soul knows. It do not honor persuasion and manipulation. You can always feel it. Because feeling is one thing and actions is another. But most of the people, they believe if you feel something, you must act on it, whether it's good or bad. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. Because everyone is allowed to feel what they want. The difference from feeling and thinking what's supposed to be done is total different manner. It's a total different manner when it comes from another human about friendship or relationships. Because feeling sometimes, but feeling something and reacting to it in thought is going against your inner growth and judgment. Because like I just said earlier, you can't manipulate or persuade the intuition or the heart to do anything. It know what it feel. Then we want to associate feelings and acting as the thing we supposed to do. Everything inward can affect your outer presence, and an effort it makes based on your choices, including choosing a friend or what type of relationship it is, and the direction you want to make with it. Because you're associating this feeling, and you act like that. Most of us act like, okay, we're supposed to take an action on it. All feelings don't require an action, because you feeling it first. And I'm going to tell you the difference in that. in a minute. Because your direct flow of energy flows from within you. You can also feel it and do something or nothing. Yes, you can feel it and do something or nothing. But like I said, I'm ready to break down the consequences on what happened, whether you do something or nothing, whether you think you're supposed to act and don't react, or you reacting to it in a good and a different or manner way. I'm gonna show you the conclusion of this. The final result of whether you do something or not, which both is a choice, is going to be karma. It's going to be karma. Whether you do something or you don't, or you think you're supposed to react or you don't, whatever you do is going to be karma. Karma always follows whatever choice we make. Good, bad, different, indifferent, friendship, foe, relationship, or disassociation. Whatever decision we make through a choice, karma is right behind it. It's right behind it. It's inevitable. Karma must respond in a positive or a negative way when it comes to grooming a friendship or relationship. Because it's a grooming process. It's a process that we go through the 12 examples I gave earlier, like 2. You always hear people say that words are no match for unwavering action. People always say your action is always going to show, you know the saying. I ain't going to listen to your words. I'm going to look at your actions, whatever it is. And this is what karma also teaches. All right. This is another part of the friendship and relationship, whether it's shared, is borrowed, or time bought. Because most friendships and relationships, people share time because they truly want to share time. Some people borrow your time because they feel that that's the need to do to extract some time or whatever from what they want to do, or they borrow energy where you don't even understand that they need to go and do something. And then some people buy your time. You know, well, I'm going to pay you this if you do this. But time can't change the memorials or the celebration we have when we spending in a friendship or a relationship. Because some people use friendship or relationship, right, as a forever being in nature, and can incorporate these forever being to one without a written script or without the presence of them being with them through the time spent with them and through the time shared and the time bought. Because I'm going to give you an example of these things, right? Because people, again, they look at these as a forever being in nature, and sometimes can't incorporate these forever being to one without a script, shared, borrowed, or time. And here's an example of that. Each one of us that exists, and looking at this this podcast right now, you may have heard a story of your great grandmother or grandfather or great great grandmother and grandfather, and have no certainty or inspiration to have a solid hold on from them beyond what was told to you by someone else. Your experience of a formal relationship or friendship with them was denied because of time, right? Then you ask yourself, do you have the same clarity or fondness for them which the person who told you or educated you this on this friendship or relationship they had with your great grandmother or grandfather or great? Because you never experienced it. You only heard of it. So you really didn't establish a friendship or a relationship with them or a fondness to inspire you, because it's beyond the realm of you. You can't grasp that realm of expression because of time. Because relationships and friendships is like a bond that's met personally from person to person. So, in final thoughts, I say, take every moment as being enlightened by imagination, inspiration, improving and recognizing your divine presence and purpose to the collective whole in its conscious environment in friendships and relationships, and make them a healthy one. Because friendships and relationships, it's a constant, it's a must, it's a need, it's a have that we have to incorporate ourselves in to establish a life form for us. You cannot work and not have some type of associate or have a friendship or relationship with somebody. You cannot pump gas without having a relation or a friendship or some type of relationship with the attendant, because you give the attendant your money and you leave, or whether ever it's at a counter or whatever. Friendships and relationships are relevant and prevalent to our existence. So be kind, be blessed, and before I leave every show, I always say, don't consider nothing to be true by believing it, nor to be true by direct cognition. Y'all have a great day.